When the two become one, then you will enter the kingdom. What does Yeshua mean when he says, when the two become one, then you will enter the kingdom? Well, my interpretation of this is that when you can unite your inner world, your subconscious, your dream world, and the outer world of waking reality, then you will enter the kingdom. What is the kingdom? The kingdom is the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom is a state of wakefulness, enlightenment, which is the goal of most spiritual seekers, to become enlightened, to become awake. But to become awake, you have to be awake. You have to be lucid, not just lucid in your dreams, but also lucid in your waking reality. Let me explain this further. If you want to become lucid in your dreams, when you're awake in your waking reality, you have to do a lot of reality checks. Things like looking at your hand, counting your fingers, asking yourself, am I in a dream? Looking around, concentrating on things. Asking yourself, am I in a dream? When you do this a lot, eventually you'll do it in your dream. And when you ask yourself in your dream, am I dreaming? That's when you become awake. The thing is that when you do a lot of reality checks in the waking world, it changes you. Because you're constantly checking your environment for any signs of being in a dream. So when you're having conversations with people, you're asking yourself, am I in a dream? When you're walking along, driving along, doing whatever, you're asking yourself, am I in a dream? You're concentrating on objects, looking at them to see if they're going to change, because in your dream, objects change form. When you look at yourself in the mirror in a dream, often it's not you. You can be a man, you can be a woman, you can be somebody else. Your features change. If you look at colors in your dream, they can change. Things change. The dream moves around according to the thoughts you have within you, according to your energy, according to your vibrations, your normal vibrations that you carry around in your waking world. In your dream, they're synthesized into your dream. The thing is, in the waking world, we share a collective dream with other sentient beings, other humans, plants, animals. It's a collective dream. But when you're asleep at night, that's your dream, just you alone. Everything around you is coming from you alone. So it's a oneness. When your body, your physical body is asleep at night, you're experiencing unity consciousness. Oneness, because everything is coming from you. It's not a collective dream. It's all coming from you. Then you wake up into the waking world, you go out there and you're sharing this collective dream. But most people are asleep. Most other human beings are asleep to this. But when you become awake, when you become lucid in the waking world, things start to change. Because now you have a degree of control over reality in a similar sense as you do in your dream. When you start to become awake in your dream, you start to have limited control over the dream. At first, you're just awake, just observing the dream, like a conscious observer. Then you start to realize you can change things around you. It's hard at first. Sometimes when this happens, you'll wake up. But with practice, you start to have a degree of control over the dream. But the strange thing is that the better you become at controlling things in your dream when you're asleep, the better you become at controlling things when you're awake. They're connected. The inner and the outer world are connected. Eventually, they will become one. The more you become awake in both worlds, the outer world and the inner world, the more you will become one. The more you will have unity consciousness. I know this is quite deep. By the way, if you want any healing cold pressed castor oil made by me that's been blessed with positive energy, click the link below, iyahshanti.com. We also have herbal medicines. If you want to learn more about energy healing and becoming awake in your dream, click the free course link below. Connect with me. I offer my WhatsApp number in the description. This is a deep subject. It's not for everybody. As I said before, when you start to become aware of your dreams, when you start to write down your dreams, it's like opening a can of worms. You are faced with your ego. You're faced with your subconscious fears, desires, insecurities. Another experience that you might have, which I had recently, is dream paralysis, which can be quite scary for some people. I had a wonderful experience recently of dream paralysis. Lying down on my bed, I couldn't move. I was surrounded by this golden ball of loving energy. It was a golden light, the color of a citrine crystal, shining brightly. And this energy I could feel was so positive. It was a happy, confident energy, an energy of wealth and abundance. It felt beautiful. My eyes were open. It was a lucid sleep paralysis. I was awake. My eyes were open in my room, but I couldn't move. I could actually perceive this golden energy all around me. I could feel the energy. I could feel the quality of the energy. It was beautiful. It was beyond description. A golden ball of energy, of positivity, courage, happiness, peace, and love. So I was lying there feeling this beautiful energy around me and seeing the energy. It wasn't a visualization, it was an actual perception of a beautiful golden bubble of energy around me. So I'm lying there enjoying this. Then I started to hear my voice being called. I could hear a woman's voice coming from the right saying, David, David. It was like a beautiful kind of angelic type voice. It's the only way I can describe it. A woman's voice, which I could hear perfectly. So I started to have two minds. I started to think that somebody was calling me from outside in my room because my eyes were open. It was like a real voice. It wasn't like I was in a dream. It felt like somebody was calling me, but there was nobody there. This is early in the morning, about 5 o'clock. So I heard this voice call me about 3 or 4 times, David, David. And then for a second, I felt scared. I felt fear. I wasn't sure what was going on. And then I woke up out of this lucid sleep paralysis. It was a wonderful yet strange experience. It felt as if I was being contacted by angelic forces. So I've been trying recently to contact the being, the angel, the person who was calling my name recently, but I haven't been able to reach her yet. Another thing I want to talk about is shining light in your dreams, which I've been practicing. I talk a lot about shining, radiating light from your center. Visualizing light and love, that's one of my main philosophies. Glowing. When you glow, you flow. When you flow, you glow. Which I think is the thing to do if you want to evolve as a human being. Not to think so much, just visualize light and love. And when you do this, you will flow, you will glow. Connect with the biophotons that are radiating from your body. Shine like the sun that you are. So I've been practicing shining light in my dreams. When I become lucid, I start to shine love and light in my dream at the objects in my dream, as I do in the waking world. When I do this, it starts to change the dream world around me. Objects, things, people, places start to become brighter, more happy. It's made me realize that we really do have control over our reality. The vibrations that we emanate, the vibrations that we radiate around us do have an effect on the people, places, and things around us. Listen, I'm not an expert. I'm developing. So what I'm sharing with you now is just my experience. There are people who are much more advanced on the road of awakening than I am. Yet, I do have some advice to give you. If you want to develop spiritually, it's very important to become awake in your dream, to concentrate on things around you. Ask yourself the question, am I dreaming? The question will arise sometimes in your waking world. Am I dreaming? And the answer to that question is yes. The world is a simulation. The world is your simulation. And the whole point of dreams really is to remind us every night that we do create the reality around us. There is a oneness. There is a stage when you can have and feel unity consciousness. And unity consciousness is felt and experienced when you become completely lucid and in control of the dream world around you. And the only way you can do this is to become lucid in your waking world. Do you see what I'm pointing at? Because the two worlds are actually one. As Yeshua said, when the two become one, the inner and the outer become one. And the only way that can happen is to be constantly awake, constantly aware that everything around you is your projection. I hope I'm explaining this properly. It's a deep subject. It's not for everyone, this road, and not everyone will understand what I'm talking about. But it is a beautiful road of discovery. Realizing that the love and light you hold within can be shared. Not only shared, it changes the world around you into a more beautiful place. So, let's stay connected. 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 One love. Peace. If you want to connect with me, connect with me. Click the link below. And I share my WhatsApp number. We can talk about this if you want to take this further. Peace and love.